Thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation. And see, I've pressed this button, the first slide will come up. And if it doesn't come up, I will scream. That was the last. We can't. Thank you, I'm finished. That was the surprise. That was my farm. We must start from the beginning. Thank you for the invitation again. There it is. There it is. I've had some thoughts when I went to Glasgow, or I said yes to this invitation. And yesterday when I went to Glasgow, I have some thoughts. It would be easier to be here the last year, when the trees was growing to the heaven and the milk price was where it was. But it's much more interesting to being here today, to facing those challenges that we have in this business just now, and a little bit talking about why we are there and where is the light in the tunnel. And I'm really confident, being a co-op member in all my life, in dairy, in food business, in breeding, everything, and that is the tradition in Sweden. And as a matter of fact, I tried, when there are just co-op alternatives, you always think that the private side is much better. But you know, I know, it's not often that the grass is greener on the other side. Normally when you look back, you come from the green side. So I shall do some presentation here of the situation in the world and a little bit of UK market. You are more specialized in the UK market than I am, and also a little bit about Arla as a company. As I said, what is the big difference? What is happening when it comes to a situation like this? I will say one thing, the output and the demand. That's the main reason. If it's milk, if it's potatoes, if it's strawberries, corn, whatever it is. When the output increases and go up over a certain level and the market is filled up, something happens. And it's natural when prices goes up that all of us, wherever you are, what you are farming, that you want to produce some more, to make more profit, to invest more money, and that's the way it is. And when the supply increase in Europe with 5%, New Zealand 5%, US 3–4%, and demand is slowing down, this will happen. And we are there now. And how shall we handle that? Shall we build up some system, or what shall we do? You can also see about the EU milk production in all the countries. It's true what I just said. Maybe some small countries, and maybe some countries with a lot of pressure from the quota is not producing so much as they can. I'm from Sweden, dairy farmer in Sweden. We produce 80%, 85% of our quota. I think also UK doesn't produce, UK or yeah, whatever you call yourself, UK. You don't produce your quota, so you are free to produce as much as you want. But some countries doesn't do that, and it will be interesting to see what will happen after the 1st of April. Some countries will go over and produce as much as they can because they have the possibilities. But the latest week, I heard Rabobank 2 weeks ago, and they talked about those countries, Germany, Netherlands, Denmark, that there are a little bit over. Some of the slaughter tanks will grow a little bit white, gray, last weeks in March because they can't afford to pay the fee for producing over the quota. But just in Europe, 6 billion liters of milk more that really can't be consumed in Europe, have to go outside Europe. And then there's two special things that have happened last year. Hopefully you can see this slide. And that is China. Last year, this quarter 1, 2014, they bought 70% what they needed for the whole year in one quarter. And they paid over $5,000 per ton. Why? They didn't believe that the market should go down again. That was the right level. And they bought it, and suddenly they have to stop buying. So at the moment, China, and they have stocked a lot of powder, whole milk powder, skim milk powder, and everything. But that powder is 12 months old now. They have to sell it out to get rid of it. Otherwise, it will end up like animal food. So that's one thing. They have soon start to buy again. And maybe that was the result of the GDT auction last week, where it was 3% up. Maybe that was a little sign that something is starting to happen again. And you can see in 2008, China, they didn't affect the world markets or world trade so much. And the difference, China and Russia, from 6% to 28% in 5-6 years. There is a change. There has been a change, a dramatically change with how we are consuming, how we are buying, and how we are trading, and how we are selling. So that's it, dramatically changed. And also the President Vladimir Putin and his decision of banning some selling from Europe or from different countries, that also affects. And we said from the beginning it will affect us, it will affect Arla. We have not so big business in Russia. It is 1% or 1.3% of our turnover. But we were sure that it will affect us the other way around, that all the products that should be sold in Russia must find another address, another buyer. And we see what happened in Finland. They had 34% of their export to Russia, and they sell the most of the thing they can in Sweden at the moment. And we also seen the cheese sell from Europe, especially Germany and Netherlands, which they last 2-3 weeks, in December, they had a lot of stock they had to sell, and the prices went down to 2.1 euro per kilo of cheese. And we can everybody understand that you can't produce cheese to that price. It doesn't cover the milk price, even if the milk price is low. It doesn't cover the milk price. But they have to get rid of the stock to start all over again. And then that's some things that happens here in the moment. And this slide, I think it's a really good slide. I'm not rude here. I think I can address this slide to David Henley. David, no twittering. You should look on that slide. I can Twitter later. He's twittering. Or Facebooking, I don't know. I mean, I think this is a typical one. What happens, you can start whatever you want. If the price increase, contraction of demand, increase of production, we do. Stocks build up. And when it build up and we have a lot of production, prices fall, reducing of stocks, demand increase faster than production, and then it starts all over again. I think that's the simple, maybe too simple. But that's what we do on our farms, and we have the responsibility on our farms to produce so efficient as possible and to get sold some milk. So hopefully that's one. But then how the price can fluctuate. This is a fantastic slide. Because the picture to the left, that's the beginning of 2014, the last quarter, I said quarter 2013, but it was to the end of 2013, that the commodities were sold nearly to the same prices as fresh dairy products. For big companies, you can produce powder, butter, cheese, liquid milk, everything, and it was lifted up to the heaven. And we have a milk price for 34 pence, just about. Fantastic price. And we really wanted, and we did believe that this was the decent level for our farms, and we maybe we hoped also that it would stay there. Now we know the facts, it has gone down again. And to a more normal situation, if you see the value on where the Arla brand is, that's more fresh dairy products, value-added products, it's up there, and then we have some powder, skim milk powder, that is have some other prices, and that's more normal. And I have some thoughts during your presentations before. As a co-op, how do we have our prices to the milk farmers? When we are on the level 34 pence, can we keep some money in the company and to share it with you when we have 24, 25 pence? Can we do that? In my opinion, it's very, very difficult, because market have to pay out what market can contribute to you. And to keep money in the co-op company, we don't do like that, because we pay out, and we use the arguments all over the time when we negotiate with our customers, retailers, whatever it is, to get higher prices and to pay them out. So the responsibility to do something with the money that we pay out, it's back in our own business. But it's hard to say that, but I think that's the way of handling it. And in Arla, at the moment, we don't have a crisis plan. We don't have a plan that can solve this special moments. We have continuously working with cost, efficiency, whatever you mention, we do that. We negotiate with customers. We're moving milk up the ladder. So we fight for every liter at the moment to some sort of go away from skim milk powder, get up in fresh dairy products, to sell them there because there's more value in that. We reduce costs, central costs. We had a program here in UK in the last months of 2013, and I think it was the right timing after all the things we have done in UK. It was the right timing to look over the business organization and everything to get more efficient and to deliver. And we're also working with marketing campaigns all the time. I can agree with a lot of you that we can always be better. We can always be better, but we do it. And at the moment, I think you know her, the happy face. In bad times and in good times, Barbara has a happy face, and she's campaigning at the moment. And I think it's wise of a co-op company to use their members in campaigning, to show that we are a farmer-owned company, to show that the money that comes into Arla, we split it and we pay it out in a milk price. That's very important, that we have to be better on that, showing that we are in this country and we are contributing to all the countries where we are to paying out a better milk price. That's a very important thing. A little bit of UK update. I'm not the right man actually to do that, but I have some slides. First, if you see this slide, I will say one thing. That's one of my experience from Sweden. The first time ever in Sweden, there is not so much focus on liquid milk. But normal, when we come together, farmers, politicians, farmers' union, whatever it is, it's liquid milk, which is the symbol, But from a company perspective, from Arla, the all range of products is important to make a business. But liquid milk will stay there as a symbol, and I respect that, but we shall all also together remember that the range of products, the product portfolio that we, Arla, comes to our customers, retailers, whatever it is, with, that is important. And to add value to all things here is important to us to get a better price in total. And I said many years ago, when we had a farmers' meeting, that, in my opinion, it shall be difficult to go around Arla as a retailer, as a discounter. Hopefully, they should go through Arla and bring something in that they need. If it's the British Anchor butter produced in Anchor cream, bring it. Take some flavored milk with you, take some butter, cheese, whatever it is. It is important. So we have to continue doing that work to understand that the market is more than liquid milk at the moment. Some countries have 25–30% of the total milk volume liquid milk. I think Denmark have 15, Sweden have 22. So the rest of the milk means a lot for us. And about these fantastic guys, different names in different countries. You can, once in a while, 1 day in a week, 2 days in a month, be angry with them, disappointed at them, saying that they don't doing their job. You can lose a contract as a salesman, and the day after, you should be there again, because they are our best friends. Without them, it's difficult for us standing in the middle of the town and selling a liter of milk or a kilo of butter. We have to work with them. Long-term working, trustfully, be there, do whatever we can. And that's not an Arla issue. That's an issue for all of us to work together with them. And they can, as you said before, they can and they will and they shall also contribute with the national values. I know that from Sweden. We don't have the red cow. We have a red tractor. We have the red cow. And that's the symbol for Swedish milk. And we work with it. We work with it. And a lot of my colleagues, they say, you don't work hard enough. Sometimes they say you should force them to drink Swedish milk. And we try to do that. But as you said before also, the rules are changing. It's creating a lot of new initiatives. Discounters coming in, performing well, have their strategy, doing what they shall. Private label, that's a part of it. 10 years ago, there was 95% in Sweden which was branded. 95% was branded. Arla brand, different brands, butter brands, cheese brands. And today, 10 years later, 25–30% is own label, private label. So there is a change. You can't hold back. You have to work with it. So that's very important to remember that they are doing that. And of course, with the steps that we have taken here in the UK, I think the Danes was here. They were on the Vikings, so they've been here for 1,000 years, so 100 years with their butter. And then we started up this decade, 2000, and with the express dairies. But actually, the merger with MilkLink and AFMP and having member in this country is so important for us. To have the identity that we have in Scandinavia, that we have in Germany, to have an identity here. That's so important for us. And there's also a thing that we shall build on. We want to grow. We want to do it. We will have more market shares in this country. We want more profit. But the profit nowadays, it will be shared with UK members. First time I was in UK talking, that was the Scandinavian company, and we have contract farmers over here, and there was a man from the back. He said, you thieves, you're taking the profit from this country and bringing it back to Scandinavia. Why can't you share it with us? And we can share it today. My explanation that time, that was, we want a return of invested capital. That was the demand from the owners. So that was fair. That was fair. But today we share it. And we have a market share in Sweden and Denmark for 80–90%, so we can't grow there. But you know the situation here, and you know the situation in Middle Europe. So we can do a lot of things. It's important with brands. I've heard it, you said it. Have strong, strong brands. Have premium brands that you can get more paid of. Milk, Cravendale, butter, Anchor, Lurpak, cheddar, cheese, everything to have brand. And that is a continuously working with Lurpak for butter, Castello for cheese, and Arla brand for all other products. We will do that, and we will work hard on it. We have invested a lot of money during the last years. A little difficult to see, but Sturton in Leeds, Milklink, Llandyrnog, Lockerbie. That's important for us. New Aylesbury, Aylesbury was mentioned. And I can say to you that decision to invest in Aylesbury, we took in our August 2010, sitting in St. Petersburg, Russia. And that was half decision of getting efficient, being better, but the half decision was to take more place in the market. Because we could build a site for 500 million liters and we built a site for 1 billion liters. So then we know that we wanted to be a part of the UK business and the UK market in a more obvious way. And that what I said before, going from have some members, have third-party contractors, going to have members from other members in UK, and have a supply for more than 3 billion liters, that says a lot about us. About Arla, the vision. It says the mission, but it is the vision. To secure the highest milk price for our value for our farmers' milk while creating opportunities for their growth. We have a structure change by farmers. We always have a structure change. Good times, bad times, 5, 6, 7% of the farmers is going out of business. Why? Well, getting old, don't want anymore, no profit, a lot of things, sickness. That happens all the time. And it's important for us to secure that we pay the highest value for the milk, so farmers can invest, grow, and do what they like with the money. I think that's really good, and it's important also that all the management, thinking of that when they're doing their business plan for the coming years, that milk price is in the centrum. We have had something the last 2, 3, 4 years that we have identified as one of the DNAs for Arla. It's a little bit yes, and at the moment a little bit no. That's the milk wheel, bringing in the milk that we can handle in our sites. In Sweden and Denmark, it's naturally. In UK, for example, when we have products, or what do you say, capacity for products, production capacity, we want more milk, so we fill them up. That's important. To be efficient, powder plant, butter spreads, cheese, Llandyrnog, Aylesbury, fill them up to get it so efficient as possible. But we have to remember, and that was why I said just now as a little bit no, because we can't handle more milk if we don't have a marketplace to sell it. So just now we are under pressure of that feeling that we always want more milk. We compare with other companies, we compare with Oh, that was so many members we have in each country. And we are about 3,000, a little more in Sweden, Denmark, UK, Germany, Belgium, and 52 in Netherlands. Excuse me, I said 27 to a colleague before, but we are 52. So we are in 7 countries. And that's a strength for us. Really, really strength to be there. And then we compare to milk prices, and the big competitor at the moment, that's Friesland Campina. Personally, I have no problem to being second, or something like that. I'm rather being, with the prepaid milk price, I want to be number 3 or 4 if we can pay over 30 pence. It's much better than being number 1 paying 25. You understand me? That's also so important. You have to beat them. You have to do them. And I say, if I want to beat Friesland Campina, or for example, or a company paying better than we do, hopefully we beat them when we're up on a high level. These days, it doesn't matter because all the companies have to struggle to fight to getting a better milk price, to getting up from the level where we are now, because that's not sustainable to have it on that level. I think we have a good model. I think we are the most transparent company in Europe, showing what we are doing. We're not hiding anything. We have a weekly or every fortnight we send out member owners news. We have a model set by the directors for the milk price payment. We have set the model affected by the management. Important thing, the monthly payout check, paid twice a month. And we have a profit which we share with each other, the farmers, the company, in March every year. We have a model to follow. And of course, I don't think we can come in trouble if we follow this one. But it will change the monthly payout check. It changes because of everything that's happened out on the market. Well, if we follow the model, we can live with it. And we also, when we are a 100% owned company from the farmers, it says that we shall finance the company. We come with the money for the consolidation. This is my farm. My wife's. Oh, we are 2 of them. And the bank. We have heavily invested last year, 2 years, in this new buildings for cows, calves, and everything. And we are one-legged. The milk income from milk is the most important thing. It's 80% of the turnover in our company. So we are affected. I will promise you, I will be there this year, and I will be there next year, because I think farmers are used to fight, and we don't give up easily when we have hard times. We work for it, and we will come through it, but it takes a lot of things to come through it with advisors, banks, everything to come through a situation like that, but I think we will do it. I saw on the saying from here, it was genetics for life. In Arla, we work with good growth, or let the goodness in. And I heard something when I was in the US a month ago. There's no life without milk, but milk gives life. Thank you.